Season 17 with the Detroit Pistons. We are going to try to get Carmelo. I think the goal right now is just try to get Carmelo and Paul ring 10 because they are both 9-time NBA champions. Check out our roster for this season. I wanted to see how many rings. Kawhi has 4 with us. So he's been a pivotal part of all these championships as well. He has credit to almost half them. So that's impressive. How many is Clarkson? Clarkson's a 3-time NBA champion. 16, 17, 18. Doncic hasn't been here for a championship. Ariza, no. Brunson, no. Williams, no. Tatum was here for 1. So we're starting the season with Tatum hurt. That is why Ariza's getting minutes. I could take his minutes away and give them to, like, Derek Jones Jr. or even Robert. Yeah, we'll give it to Robert Williams. Doncic's getting minutes. Same with Clarkson. Kuzma's the 6th man with Turner, Leonard, Carmelo, Levine, and Paul. I'm happy with that. We'll check out contracts, see if we can do anything. It's just Carmelo. He is asking for a lot. Like, obviously, no trade's going to be involved. But how cheap can we get him? Obviously, we want to get him signed. We don't want to chance him going anywhere else. Okay, so 2 years is where he's the happiest. It's going to have to be a fronted contract. But Carmelo's never really got that bag yet. I think we're going to give him a bag. Declined. Okay. It's going to have to be somewhat friendly towards us. Does he want to be in the 30 millions both seasons? That might be what we're looking at. Let's do 31 and 29 and 3/4. There we go. Okay. So Carmelo's signed all the way up until 36. That might do him off for his career. So we got that done. We got to go into player mentorships now. And we will start with Jordan Clarkson, I guess. Who is the 26-year-old gonna learn from? He could have Richard Hamilton. But Richard Hamilton might be useful. Okay, maybe let's do Carmelo, the 2 oldest first. So Carmelo needs to work. Chris Paul is really the only one for him. And Chris Paul can work with I guess just Carmelo, but we can do unpluckable, handles for days, and break starter. Jordan Clarkson, we can get him to work with Richard Hamilton. We'll leave Carmelo open for now. Kawhi can work with. He can work with EK Christopher. I think that's what we'll do. And then rebound chaser as well. And then Levine. We could probably work off of Clarkson. No, we can't. Clarkson doesn't have that many badges, unfortunately. Trevor Ariza, I guess. Is there anyone younger we can utilize? Not really. So we'll do. I would like to get him on some defensive badges. So let's do that. Miles Turner. Um, Turner could work with. Is he our youngest center? Yes. You can't work with him. Can't work with him because they're being used. Uh, I guess Kawhi Leonard. All right, post up poet, post fade phenom, and movable enforcer. Tatum can almost work with anyone. You can work with Levine, bailout, aerial wizard, and handles for days. Luca can work with almost anyone as well. I can almost have him working with Tatum. Slippery off ball. And then Brunson can work with. He can work with Paul. Strong handle. Handle for days and Dimer. Robert Williams will work with Turner. Post powerhouse. Rebound chaser and post lockdown. Kuzma. Kuzma's gonna have to work with. Fortunately, most of these guys are being used up. But I'm pretty sure Levine's being used, no? Yeah, Tatum's using Levine. Um, like he's being used, right? Yep. He's being used. 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 Alright, he's not, but still the age gap there, but we're gonna have to. Alright, there we go. Derek Jones Jr. Kuzma has no badge, so that kind of makes it hard. Is Tatum being used? Yep. Is it just him? Guess he's gonna have to work with like Doncic or something, even though he's young. Physical finish, layup, and float game. Ooh, so we have too many. So you know what? Chris Paul's gonna stop getting mentored now, just because we need the space. So Kuzma will now work with Carmelo. Bailout and Aerial Wizard. Now Derek Jones now can work with. Shit, who did I free up? Williams? There we go. That's everyone. So now it's time to start the season. See if we can repeat greatness, and Tatum is back. So that's nice. He wasn't out for long. So he's our sixth man with Kuzma as the seventh, Clarkson as the eighth, Doncic coming in as the ninth man. And that is all we're running. That makes sense though. It would be nice to get Robert Williams some minutes. So we did have a backup center, but that would mean like he's our only so like Leonard can lose 2, Paul can lose 2, Carmelo can lose 2, and then that gives Williams 6 minutes to play. Leave as is. Leave as is. This is the retirement season for Dwayne Wade as well. So the great Dwayne Wade is retiring. He was a part of that 2003 draft class, so maybe our players aren't too far behind. And that would be Carmelo, Chris Paul not too long after him. Tatum, that's a rough injury. How's Tatum been doing playing this season? Big turnaround season for Tatum, which is nice to see. Levine is now going to be the 6th because they want Clarkson to start. You know what? Levine off the bench with his scoring touch might not be the worst. Ariza's going to lose his minutes. Williams is getting minutes. And we're going to give the rest of the minutes to probably Derrick Jones. Probably to Derrick Jones Jr. because he can play the small forward as well. Carmelo is fully healed, so we'll put him back in the rotation. Williams is the last one getting minutes, and that's fine. Leave as is. We'll keep Levine playing. And Tatum's fully healed, so that's huge for the team. Robert Williams still going to be getting some minutes, which is nice to see. Turner's day to day. Leave as is. Now, I'm not exactly sold on Miles Turner yet. We have a lot of people we can move to try to make something big. We're paying him a lot after the season. So when you put that into consideration, is he good enough to be the highest paid player on our team? Because that's pretty much what he's going to look like, other than Carmelo, of course. But Carmelo deserved that bag. And Miles Turner, he's probably will have a really good future, but do we want to pay that much right now for him? Chris Paul, captain again. And so, who is making the team for us? Former player Joel Embiid makes it for the first time. Chris Paul once again making it. Kawhi 5-time. Carmelo making the bench. D Wade making it for the 14th time. We're going to decline that. Alright, so let's see how the team's been doing. I don't want to mix it up too much. Chris Paul having a great season. Maybe another MVP season out of him. Levine, he's being productive. He's shooting a little worse than last season. Carmelo, hate to see him drop that much, but it is what we're kind of looking at. Carmelo, the steady decline. Kawhi's having a good season. EK Christopher getting starting minutes. I'm not a fan of that. We will switch him with Robert Williams. We'll give Williams his minutes. Tatum having a good turnaround season. First season with Kuzma on the team. If he's playing more minutes, he'd actually be producing pretty well. Luka could be a triple-double threat for us in the future. Jordan Clarkson is still putting the basket in. I'd like to see his shooting turn around though a little bit. And Brunson, Hamilton not really getting playing time. Same with Jones. Jones has been getting a little bit, but not much. And Turner's hurt, so we can't trade Turner. So that puts a damper into that. Now, Jalen Brunson's getting paid quite a bit on his rookie deal. And unfortunately, he's just not going to be anything for us. Same with Derek Jones. He's not really going to be anything for us. So we can't trade him till January 27th. But it's the trade deadline the 24th. So that's kind of weird. Brunson, I was going to trade him as well. But maybe we put Robert Williams the third in that and try to get in a better bet center. Claudio Sanchez. I don't want to give up a first in the trade. But just to get rid of his contract, Jalen Brunson's, it wouldn't be the worst. Larry Nance Jr. was once on our team. Moutier and Anderson Booker. A young Jared Allen. And a 2-year left Gorgio Dang. How many years on his rookie deal? Yes, just Robert Williams has one more year left on his rookie deal. So maybe I'll just keep Robert Williams. Charles Grant, Jay Crowder. Alright, maybe that's just something we figure out later on. But for now, we'll just continue to rock through it. I don't think there is any contracts we can mess with at the moment. We'll check. Yeah, no. And I just want to see how we're doing on finances because we did do some big signings. Okay, yeah, we're going to be minus quite a bit going into next season and the season after that. Still barely. We do get some luxury space, but we're going to go over that as well, I think. So we'll see what happens. Ooh, that's a bad energy for Kawhi. Kuzma's going to step in for him, though. We got a deep bench once again. So, and Clarkson's going down with an injury. That's going to give... That's going to give... Nah, we're going to give Derek Jones some minutes. I was going to say Brunson, but you need those power forward minutes more than point guard minutes. Clarkson's fully healed, so that's big for the club. Williams still getting minutes. And Kawhi's fully healed, so that's big for the team as well. 53 and 19 at the moment, so we're looking pretty good for the season. Russell Westbrook, MVP. DeAndre Ayton, Rookie of the Year. Schroeder, Sixth Player of the Year. LeBron James, DOP. Donovan Mitchell, Most Improved. Isaiah Thomas, once again, Head Coach of the Year. Same with Joey Peterson as Executive of the Year. 59 and 23 record. Do we have any studs? Chris Paul making All-NBA second team. Kawhi Leonard making All-NBA defensive team 2. Luka All-NBA rookie team. And that was it for us. Alright, we're coming to playoffs as the number 1 seed once again. We will see what we're going to be running for players throughout these playoffs. Paul, great season. They want Jordan Clarkson to start, which I'm not totally opposed to, but I think we're better off having Levine start. And Clarkson as the 5th man. Tatum getting the 6-man. You know what? We'll put his minutes down a little bit. We'll get Tatum playing 27. We'll get Turner playing 32 minutes a night. Clarkson 25 is fine. Doncic at 12 and Kuzma. I kind of would like to get him a little bit more minutes. So maybe we take 2, give him 2, and him 2. There. Alright. Game number 1. We got home court advantage going against the Pacers. We're just hoping to blow through these playoffs and be able to get the boys their 10th ring. 34 for Levine. Oh, it'd be pretty wild being 10-time champions. Kawhi Leonard with 27, Paul 23. So we're 2-0 in the playoffs so far. Now we're in Indiana. Indiana having a strong second quarter, but it wasn't enough. Kawhi with 23. Miles Turner 22 and 12. Turner showing up for us that game. And we sweep them with Levine with 26, Paul 25, Leonard with 22. Turner got 16 as well. Cleveland beats Atlanta. New York beats Washington. Chicago beats Toronto. Golden State beats Denver. Portland beats Minnesota. Phoenix beats the Clippers. San Antonio beats OKC. So we're going to line up against Cleveland in round number 2. Cleveland looking pretty strong against us, but we win by 1. Carmelo with a 19, 9, and 10 effort for the win. Cleveland, though, they're close. Drew Holiday, former player of ours. Spent 3 seasons in Detroit before he moved on, and he's turned out to be quite the good player for them. They have Curry and Murray. Damn. Oh, no, that's Seth Curry. Game 2. It was a close one in Game 1, but can we pull it off in Game 2? And we will. Paul 31, Levine with 30, Quad 19, and Clarkson with 17 off the bench. Can we pull another one? And, oh, we win by 8. Paul with 25, Kawhi with 17 and 10. Levine having a decent night as well. And can we sweep again? No, we cannot. Cleveland was too much for us. Can we just give them the gentleman's sweep? We're in Detroit. And no, they're going to fight back. We're going to Game 6. We don't want to give them too much space. We don't want Cleveland to really run away with it. And Cleveland is fighting us. We're going to mix up the game plan a little bit. Hopefully that was enough. Game 7. Cleveland with the comeback. And Detroit is going to do it. Kawhi Leonard with 38. Paul 20 and 13. Helping Detroit move on to the conference finals against the Knicks. The Spurs against Portland. All right. Come on, Detroit. Let's take out the Knicks. And we will. Game number 1. Game 2. Still got that home court advantage. And we're going to take them as well. Paul 39. Turner 25. Only 5 rebounds, though. But we are against James Harden and New York Knicks. Ooh, Jason Tatum is out for the playoffs. He was our 6th man. So we're going to have to mix it up a little bit. Kuzma, Doncic, Clarkson, and we're going to have to depend on Robert Williams III. Game 3. A big game for Detroit. Let's see how Robert Williams did. 2 and 4. I'll take it. 34 for Leonard. 32 for Levine. We were just too much for the Knicks. And trying to sweep them. Kuzma left knee tendinitis. He is out for the playoffs as well. So 2 straight 6 men for us getting hurt. So now we're going to depend on Jordan Clarkson being our 6th man with Luka Doncic as the 7th. Robert Williams is going to be dependent on for a little bit more minutes. He's going to be playing 12. And for our 9th forward, we're going to be running Derek Jones Jr., who's going to be putting in 7 minutes. All right, can we just sweep them and try to heal up a little bit to get in the finals? And we cannot. New York overpowers us. Can we get the gentleman sweep? We don't want 2 straight Game 7s. We need to heal up this roster a little bit getting into the finals. And we're going to beat them. Paul with 33, double-double. Levine with 27. Kawhi with the 21-point double-double. 2 assists away from getting that triple-double, though. Detroit's in the finals against the Trailblazers. Game number 1, we're in Detroit. We got home court advantage, and we are going to take them. Paul with 31, double-double. Leonard with 26 and 9. Miles Turner has been very good for us in the playoffs, averaging a double-double for us. So you want to see it to your center. So maybe we just consider biting the bullet and paying him his money. But if we're doing that, we're going to have to free up a little bit of contract space just to make our team a little cheaper to run. And we're going to take them 129, 115. And we're up 3-0. We're in enemy territory, but we're going to try to sweep them and earn our 10th championship here in Detroit since we started. We're going to jump in this game. We are up by 13, so there is no way they're going to come back on us now. And in our 17th episode, we're about to get championship number 10, so that means only 7 seasons. We came up short. We've never came up short in the finals, though. Once we get to the finals, we have always pulled it off, and that is the big thing for this team. Once we can get to the finals, we just don't lose. There will be some roster mix-ups. We are way over cap, and we're going to run out of luxury space, which I worked hard to get that not in the negatives, so I don't want it to be in the negatives. So we're going to have to obviously work hard to do something. I don't know, like Levine, he's proving to be a great scorer for us. He was the guy that I was kind of considering moving on from, and then getting a guy like Clarkson actually be that starting shooting guard for us, because he can score too, and it'd be cheaper, like half the price almost. So Clarkson running the starting, like we have strong enough bench where we wouldn't have to worry about it. We'd obviously need a good backup shooting guard for Clarkson, but I'm sure we could build one. Like we have a lot of trade chips we can trade to be able to put ourselves in a good position and bringing in a shooting guard that probably will overtake Clarkson. We got Doncic, who is running under Paul, and we also got Tatum running under Carmelo. So it's not going to be too long until they overtake them as well. Probably Tatum over Carmelo a little quicker than Doncic can. I'm hoping those two stay forever, though. Like I'd move Doncic and Tatum just to keep Paul and Carmelo happy, just because like that they have one. Well, this will be number 10, so you got to give them their crowns. Carmelo's getting his bag starting next season, and he deserves it. You know, he's a triple-double machine. He's always asked for the team-friendly deals, and the one time he asked for money, we're gonna give it to him. Ooh, surprised Kawhi missed that. Chris Paul, double-double, 20 points, 10 assists. Kawhi's going to try to switch up against our former player, Adams. Can he get this block? Doesn't look like Adams is a little far ahead, but Kawhi, who knows? As we deal with the leg, the classic leg. but it just gives us the time to see the game frozen in time. And yeah, Kawhi's hand's a little too short. Adams is going to put that in with the two-hand slam. All right, let's get Paul to run the ball up the court. Ooh, franchise record for assists. We're going to get Carmelo to kick it out. He sees Clarkson. Clarkson. Beautiful play. Play right there. Clarkson hitting that three. See, Clarkson has a nice shot. So I wouldn't be opposed to him being our starting shooting guard. It's also possible we lose him in free agency because he is not signed after the season. So we'll have to, let's see what Turner can do. Turner's hurt. You know, we'll just get Carmelo to put that up and in. Give Turner the assist. Carmelo has 12 points, 8 rebounds. So I'd like to get him those 2 other rebounds, you know. Get that triple-double. There's one. Carmelo going to give it to Clarkson. Clarkson to Paul. Paul's going to hit that. Boom. Clarkson picking up his 6 assists. So he's facilitating the ball for us some as well. Oh. Okay, let's just. Carmelo going in. 14th point for the boy. He just needs one more rebound to get that triple-double in the finals. Come on, do a contested shot or something. Ah, Knox gonna knock. Nope. Carmelo triple-double. Now here's Anthony. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Kawhi. And he gets that to drop. 22 points for Kawhi. Another beautiful finals for us as we get championship number 10. Which is pretty wild. I've never won this many championships by a long shot in NBA. So there we go. Championship number 10. Hard to say who's going to be here after the season. We got to do some contract mix-ups, but we will keep our main core together, of course. And there is another one. You know, we didn't see Levine there. I don't know if he got fouled out or if he was hurt or what happened, but maybe this is what we'll see next year. There's Levine right there. Maybe he got fouled out. And we've enjoyed bringing you every minute of the action here on 2K Sports. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next season. There's the championship with Clarkson holding it up. I don't know if this is Clarkson telling us he's not coming back or if this is telling him he wants to stay. But here are your champions for the 10th time. I believe this is Kawhi's 5th. Carmelo and Paul's 10th. Paul is getting the MVP. At least it's not against OKC. Yeah, I think we played them, the last 2 seasons or 3 seasons or something in the finals? Pretty wild. But wouldn't matter anyway. It'd be the same result, I think. It is nice seeing different matchups. We're not going to see Dwayne Wade next season as well as he retired. So I'm curious to see, like, maybe Bosch puts up his retirement tour. Maybe Carmelo. Hopefully not. I can't see him as we're still winning so many championships. But he has nothing else to prove. There's Chris Paul's. Another MVP in the playoffs for him. Player retirements. We're going to see Richard Hamilton retire with Detroit. He was with us in the very first season. Comes back for his last season. Dwayne Wade retiring, though. That's wild. I'd love to overturn it, but we're not. He is 37. So we'll let him stick with that. Carter Williams and Sullinger. They've tried to retire before. I'm going to let them retire this time. Spencer Dinwiddie. We are not going to let you retire, though, this time. If you try to retire next year, we'll give it to you. But Kevin Looney, you're 23. We're not going to let you retire. Same with Seth Galloway. You know what? We can let him retire. Pascal Siakam, we're not letting you retire 25. Same with Bobby Portis. You're too young to retire. Same with Van Fleet. Damn, do we hurt his feelings that bad? Caruso. Now, if they keep trying to retire, we're going to let them go eventually. But for now, we're going to give them another opportunity to get there. Hall of Fame inductees, D. Wade getting the Hall of Fame. Shout out. And he's getting his jersey up in the Grizzly rafters. He never got a championship, though. Unfortunate. League meetings. Implement coaches challenge. Sure. 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 Allow 7-day contracts. Maybe that's something they put in next year. We got nothing in the lottery. Staff signings. We still got Thomas signed long term. We need our assistant GM, which is Stauffer. He's not really that interested. We don't get the most money. But he is going to come back, which is huge. Best assistant GM I've ever seen. Now we're going to the draft, so shout out D-Wade. What's up, Sleepy? So we are in the draft. We got the 27th pick. Should see who's in this draft. This is the Zion, Ja, Garland, Kobe White, RJ, Reddish. Honestly, it's not. The Tyler Hero is kind of nice, I guess. We could move up a little bit to try to get Hero. Now, there is some players I'm thinking about getting rid of. Brunson's one just because he is 22. We got Doncic, though, as our backup. We're paying him $5 million. We can move on from that. Lavina's considering. Derek Jones was another guy I was considering. And obviously Williams as well. So maybe I put all three there. We could move up to the 8th. We would be bringing in Nick Davis. We don't need. We'd be bringing in OJ Mayo in the 11th with that one. Alright, we can move up a little bit in this draft. What if we... Now, I don't want Davis, but we could just flip him. Brunson, we picked 9th. Wasn't the best pick, I guess. Derek Jones was a 2nd round pick. Robert Williams. See, Robert Williams will be good, but... Shit. You know what? Who's going to be around that pick? 8th pick? Is it worth it? We'd be... It's not. It's not worth it. So let's do this. Let's trade Brunson and Derek Jones and our 27th pick. We want like the 18th pick, I guess. Like Toronto's 18th pick would be perfect. Brunson and a 27th, and they're going to give us a future first. I think that is what we'll probably do. That should get us Tyler Hero. So there's Brunson off our books. Maybe we try to move that Toronto pick up just a couple more spots, just so we can get Hero. Like the 16th, that's not much to ask for. We'd have to give up our 18th and our 2nd in that case. Okay, that's easy. Maybe we can even move up a little bit more. So now we're going to try to trade the 16th. No. We're going to go. Okay, what about the 15th, I guess? This is one more pick. We could just keep Derek Jones. This should be good enough for us to get who we want. If he somehow got picked, we could. We got Gafford there. Kevin Porter Jr. Claxton. But we want. He got picked, didn't he? Tyler Hero going to the Grizzlies at 11. They're trying to use him to replace Wade, which makes sense. So if we were to bring in a guy, where do we need it the most? And that would be probably shooting guard. Shooting guard, or we could because Garland's still here. Now obviously we could take Garland and flip him. And actually that'd be the smartest thing. We're gonna get lucky and get Garland. Now we're gonna try to flip Garland and Williams together. See, yeah, Garland has so much trade value. Dylan Aldridge, maybe a relative of LaMarcus Aldridge. Doesn't have the best potential. Mitchell Robinson. We could go out for a young Mitchell Robinson. He would be a good future backup for us. RJ Barrett. We could steal RJ from them. Now, we ran RJ before. We already said shooting guard would be where we'd want to upgrade. Then we're left without a backup center, though, if we do that. That's the only thing. We'd be left without the backup center. So we can't really do that. Mitchell Robinson, I kind of like that. But he's 2 years younger. He's a year younger. Garland probably has, yeah, it'd be minus. Okay, what if we go like, what if we went big? Right? What if we went big? What if we went Garland? What if we went really big, like Garland and Turner? And move Turner's huge contract. We could get Jaw and Aldridge, Tobias Harris and David Barber, Kyle Lowry and Noah. Jimmy Buckets would come back with PJ Washington. Tristan Thompson on the last year deal with Eric Bledsoe, Clint Capella. Okay, so there. What if we added Robert Williams on that as well? Okay, only 2 options there, so what if we just try to propose a trade and build our own trade? We're looking at centers that are half-term, cheap term. Former center Joel Embiid of ours, former center John of ours. We recycle centers, and that is what we're going to try to stop here. We're going to try to bring in a center that we can keep on long-term. Never really have to worry about anything. Like, we could try to get Vucevic, Zubik, Coming back would be nice. I shouldn't have traded him. That was the one that probably got away because we could have had him at a cheap long-term deal. DeAndre Ayton, of course, he's rookie of the year. Uh, we'd have to give them probably Turner or something to get him, but or we run Turner. So their team that has like Dwight Howard coming back, he's not even get paid that much. Cat, Jokic, he's getting paid a lot. Rudy Gobert, he's getting paid a lot as well. Wendell Carter Jr., and Thomas Bryant as well. Andre Brignani, he's getting paid a lot of money. Tyson Chandler, we don't need him. You know what? Maybe Turner's not getting paid as much as I originally thought. Maybe we're not actually paying him that much. So maybe we keep him. We just try to move Garland. Maybe we just try to move Garland and Williams together. We could get Mitchell Robinson in a first. We could get RJ. Then we'd only have to bring in a backup center, which should be kind of easy enough. RJ's going to be getting paid a lot, though. So we're actually going to be paying him more money than we're paying these guys. And honestly, Garland's not going to be getting paid that much. We could move Garland to a 2 guard. Or Doncic start as a 2 guard and Garland start. Yeah, you know what? We'll just send in. We're going to keep Garland. For now, we're going to sign him to his rookie deal. Kuzma and Tatum both going to get theirs. We got nothing to match. So now we're going. Okay. Garland could be the backup point. We could move Levine, I guess. Just to. How much does Clarkson want? He's affordable. We would save quite a bit of money on Clarkson. All right, let's try to get Clarkson for 3 years. We need vet shooting guard with badges, and we need a vet center with badges. We could bring EK Christopher back. He does have a lot of badges. We will just bring him back. A vet small forward with badges. Could bring Ariza back. Maybe that's what we do. Just bring Ariza back. And then there's that. Maybe we just sim forward. Now we see what our team's looking like. So Clarkson is going to come back on a 3-year deal. So we're paying Levine 18.3, 19.2, and 20. Yeah, that's half the price. That takes him to 29. So what if we move on from Levine, make Doncic the starting shooting guard? We like Garland be the backup point guard for Paul. Or we could make Garland the backup shooting guard. I know Garland's small though. They're basically the same thing. And we could move Levine to try to Levine and Williams, I guess, see if we can upgrade that backup center spot. I guess that's That's really all we can do. And getting Levine off the books will save us a lot of money. And that's the big thing. We're going to be saving a lot of money. Everyone has money right. We could bring Drew Holiday back in. We don't need Seth, but Drew Holiday come back in would be cool. You know, we could bring in Vucevic and a first. We'd be paying our centers a lot of money, but Vucevic is only on a 1-year deal. That's a very good backup center. Is there anyone else we could bring in? Austin Rivers. See, someone's going to have to balance their cap out a little bit. We could bring in a vet Dwight Howard, but I just don't like how many years he has left. That's the only thing. Obviously, I wouldn't mind bringing in Looney Walker. Even Kevin Knox here. Vet Stoudemire with Covington. Matt Carson with Wagner. Greg Oden on a 1-year deal with Malik Beasley. I like that. Greg Odom, the vet, 1-year deal left. Is he re-signed? He's not. We're going to be pretty much spending the exact same amount of money, but it's just for 1 year. That might be what we're doing. That might be it. That's a huge upgrade on our backup center. We're bringing in Malik Beasley, who's a very good shooting guard. Clarkson starting. Beasley would be... Yeah, but see, we only can bring in one guy. We only can bring in one. So with us only being able to bring in one, we got to kind of think about this a little bit. See, Vucevic in a first. Vucevic's on the 1 year. We're getting it for future first. We'll be saving a little bit of money. Not much, just a little bit. Huge upgrade in center. I would like to get more back from them. Honestly, I would like to get more back. Like, could we get Zubik? We give you a second. Okay, we're just gonna have to make that manual, I guess. So Levine and Williams to get us that vet center in Vucevic, who will be a huge upgrade and a future first. Gonna be saving a lot of money next season as well with that trade. As we look into our salary cap breakdown now, yeah, that saved us a lot of money doing that move. A lot of money. So that is nice. We can check out our yeah, let's see our roster real quick. So now we have one shooting guard. Tatum, obviously, our backup small forward. Kuzma, our backup power forward. We still got Derrick Jones Jr. as well. It's kind of like a tweener. And we are gonna move. We're gonna move Doncic to the 2. And that's probably going to let Doncic start over Clarkson, which is okay. Clarkson's on a very decent long-term deal. So I'm okay with Clarkson being on the bench. We're going to let him be the shooting guard with the point guard backup option. See, Doncic is very versatile. We can move him anywhere. So now we're looking at bringing in a vet point guard and a vet shooting guard. Or just one. We only really need one, I guess. Could bring in Ty Lawson. Bring in a decent backup point guard just in case our guy's not ready. Can look at shooting guards because they have Aaron Johnson as well. Aaron Johnson has 6 badges. We don't need 3 very good shooting guards like that, though. And point guards, the only thing we kind of need something. We could bring in Rick Blake, who has 6 badges. Or we could bring in the vet Ty Lawson. Jeremy Red. Maybe we bring in Rick Blake. I don't think he's been on our team before. No, he's never played. Never played in the NBA. So Rick Blake's going to come in, and that'd be it for our roster. Now it's just seeing what we got for future contracts to look at. Okay, now he is saying reviews resign. Somehow he's upset. Roster. We're gonna make him happy. He says he's playing elsewhere his next season, which he can't do because he's with us next season. Obviously, we get him signed on for another year. It's not a player option; it's our option. It's not even an option. He's contracted to us, so we like. Do we trade him, just to make him happy? Or do we keep the ring collecting with Carmelo? 10 championship, 4 MVPs, 5 final MVPs. 10 championship, 2 MVPs, 4 final MVPs. Like, Paul will resign. He wants a bag. We just kind of gave him a bag, though. And he has one more year now, so they're the only 2 guys that need to resign. So, Paul, we could maybe just try to extend him for 1 year with the no trade clause and give him his bag as well. Ooh, dang, Sleepy. Like, do we give him the Carmelo $30 million bag as well? Probably. And especially where he might not come back. Okay, he'd rather take a 1 year. Can we get 29 and a half? Nah, you know what? You deserve your $30 million bag just like Melo. And he's going to accept that. So Paul signed on for 3 more years. So he is here all the way till 36. Same with Melo. We'll see how our progression worked out. So Kawhi goes down by 1. Paul goes down by 2. Carmelo goes down by 1. Miles Turner stays. Doncic goes up by 7, so he will be obviously our starting shooting guard. Vucevic goes down by 1, that's okay. Kuzma goes up by 1. Clarkson stays. He'll be a great backup shooting guard for us. Then we got Blake, Tatum. He went up by 5, which is huge. Jones even jumped up a little bit. So we got a lot coming into this season. Looking for another championship. We're into the 2020 draft era as well. Gilbert Arenas is going to retire this season, so it's his retirement tour. And we will take a little look at the contracts again just to see if... Okay, no, he's still saying refuse, but that's okay. We still got him for 2 years. I'm not too worried about it yet. Kind of curious what our game plan is going to look like for the next season. So Paul, Doncic getting the start. That's going to be a nice backcourt. Then in the front court, you got Leonard and Turner. Carmelo in the middle. Vucevic going to be our 6th man. He's going to log a lot of minutes for us. Kuzma being the 7th man. Clarkson going to be the 8th man. And then Rick Blake. Obviously, I could play you some, but we're going to give these minutes to Garland. As, who knows, maybe Garland actually stays here. We could keep Doncic as a 2-guard. Garland, Doncic. You know, we would have Tatum, who's hurt right now, unfortunately. Who do we got hurt? It's just Tatum. And honestly, Tatum's had some bad injuries for us. His back's been bad. So that's something to watch out for. But that is it for episode 17. I'll catch y'all on the next one.